You know what? Every now and then on our YouTube channel, we'll do something that's just fun. And I want you to watch this because you may see something that, well, at least to me, is very, very amazing. And that is the olive wood carvings that are made here in the city of Bethlehem. Now, tourists will come here and they buy these, but you've got to see some of this stuff. Let's look at this. I should save this one for last. This is a root of an old olive tree. Now, what they do when they build buildings or homes, they don't just go out and destroy these trees, but when they're building buildings and homes and they have to move the trees, they sell the olive wood to the shops. This is one tree, so one root. So what they did, they went in and they began to smooth out the area. They built steps here, they built steps there. And this is a nativity scene. Can you believe it? A nativity scene. And here are, look at the face. This is all hand carved, but look at, it's just like amazing to me how they do this. And there's the signature of the artist. We just met him. So what they did, they took the stump of this olive tree and they made the areas and prepared the areas where the animals, the angel, the wise men, you see Mary and Joseph and the infant Christ here. And let me show you another one over here that is really interesting because this was, again, when olive trees get very old, they become hollow in the middle. And so they'll take these, again, these trees where they've built buildings and they purchased these, then they come back and they dry the wood. The wood has to be dried. And then they cut this. This is all hand carved. And again, they've placed the nativity scene on the inside. There again is the signature of the artist. He signs these pieces. There's a special stamp. Can you see that? The Zechariah brothers here, 3 Arches in Bethlehem. And I'm going to show you some other things that I think are totally fascinating. This is a model of the temple. Now look at the detail of the pieces of wood that are put together and glued together. There is the main temple compound. There is the court area. Here are the guard towers. This is just, I don't know how long it took. I could ask probably our friend Mohar, who is going to be, by the way, the mayor of Bethlehem in 2024, that. But come over here, let me show you some more pieces. Now this is another piece that to me is incredible. This is made out of mother of pearl. Now I have one of these. It's not this, but it's the city of Jerusalem made out of mother of pearl. And I know that Bill Clinton has one, the Pope has one, and I have one. And by the way, I'm going to sell that piece eventually. I have it in my office in Cleveland because it's just huge. It's on cement. It was handmade. And here's the boss. Here's the boss. Let's follow the boss here. Follow the boss. Maher, Maher, my man, my man. Brother. All right, this is YouTube. You know, this goes to hundreds of thousands of people. How long have I known you? 40 years at least. At least that long. Yes, and how old were you been 40 years ago?
4 years old.
So you were just really small. This is the truth when we started coming to Bethlehem. And his father went to be with the Lord. We miss him. Oh my goodness, I'm going to start crying.
He loved you. He loved you dearly.
Man, the older I get more like this. Come over here and let's show us how this is done. This is a lot of fun. We're showing you some of the things you have in the shop here. And look at these pieces. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do they get the faces so perfect? There's not a, is there a pattern they go by?
Actually, that's what makes a better artist. You know, only very few artists can actually do a beautiful face. And that's art.
Right.
You know, many people can do just the regular faces, but the beautiful faces, and I will show you one piece now.
Do you have it in here?
Let me show you, yes.
Okay, let's go over here.
Let me show you this one. I want you to see this piece.
Okay, so this piece here.
Take a look at this piece, for example.
Oh, we showed them that, but look.
Looks like it's a mold. It's not a mold. It's all done by hand. And this artist is probably one of the top artists in the city of Bethlehem. And the detailing that he goes through, first of all, it takes a talent. Second, it takes a lot of time. A lot of time.
How long would it take to carve this?
I think this nativity set, this one over here.
The whole set now.
If we're talking one person. We're talking at least 8 months.
For this?
For this set.
8 months.
8 months.
Now you're talking about working probably every day?
Every day, one person, not the whole.
Yeah.
Yes, one person, 8 months to complete something like that, yes.
Okay, on the larger ones, let me ask you a question. In your opinion, are the larger ones harder to do or easier to do versus the smaller ones?
I think they're easier to do, but they're harder to find the wood. Because most of the wood, yes, most of the wood that we are using is from pruning the trees and not cutting off the trees. Because we treasure the olive tree, and it's very.
And that's what I was saying. Some of these here are like if they're building a building, they're having to put a road in. Then the store can purchase those. Actually, you don't just go down and cut down trees.
No. What we do.
I want to make that clear.
Because most of the trees in the area are Roman trees, and some of them go up to 5,000 years of age.
Think about
they're
that.
old. They're old, and we treasure these trees. So what we do. First of all, the first thing when we road opening or building, we remove it and replant it somewhere else. Most of the time it goes well, but sometimes it dies. And that's when we buy it and produce it into olive wood carvings.
And I've noticed the old tree's hollow on the inside.
From the roots.
From the roots,
yes.
That's right.
From the roots, yes.
So that bottom part will often be hollow, and that's where some of this comes in. It's you didn't cut this out. Some of this was naturally hollow. Is that correct?
Exactly. But we cleaned it up a little bit to make it look more nice. But
so how many years have you all been in the business for your family with the olive wood?
The olive wood started in the 19th century. That's when the monks started, wanted to teach the locals to make products for the pilgrims and to give it as souvenirs with the mother of pearl as well. So we have families in Bethlehem that have been carving wood for 100 or 150 years already.
And I want to say something, and I know this is on YouTube. This would probably be better being said to the partners of our ministry. But during COVID, when people did not have work, we helped a lot of people in Bethlehem, didn't we?
Did.
And I want to give God the glory for that.
Oh, definitely. You were one of the actually very few people who actually donated a lot of money and a lot of effort and sent a lot of love to the people of Bethlehem through us here. And we appreciate, they appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for all that support. Really, really, really. It was a great help. Like $1 during COVID is like $1,000.
Wow.
And $100,000 is, we're talking $10 million. It looks like $10 million.
To the people.
To the people. It's like, because people had lack of money, people had lack of everything. Wow. And Bethlehem specifically was hit because Bethlehem depends on pilgrims and tourists.
Right.
We have 63 hotels, 7,000 people working directly in the industry. And of course, the rest are working indirectly, like butchers, like supermarkets, like all kinds of vegetables. And, we're all working and prospering from tourism.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yes.
How many people, when they come to your shop, because we always bring buses here, your brother has a shop and so on, and Taba's your good friend. Yes. We have 3 great friends here that I know you go to the Church of the Nativity. That's where your dad always went to church, was Church of the Nativity, where Christ was born. Yeah. So how many families can be supported by bringing tourists here? How many families are involved with you, with your shop, would you say?
Yes, our shop, we employ 77 people in our shop, and I think it's more or less the same in other shops in town.
Right.
But when you're coming to the shops in Bethlehem, you're not just supporting the people who are working at the shops, but you're supporting the whole city, because we're all so connected that a blessing is given forward from one to one. So when I'm prospering, I'm spending in the city, and I'm helping here, I'm helping there. So helping anyone in Bethlehem is helping the community.
A lot of people in
Bethlehem.
Well, you've been a friend, and I just tell you what, I watched him grow up. I've watched the shop grow. I've watched over the years people come. I've seen it during the good times when there's just people everywhere. I've seen it when we were the only bus here years ago that was coming in the country. In fact, Robert remembers we came here one time and they were going, look, a bus, because nobody was here. It was during before an alleged war, and we said, you know what, we've got faith to go. And so thank you so much. And let's just look one more time. And I know this is one of our longer videos that we've done, but I want to show you this. This is one of my favorite pieces. Look at this. This is the coming of the Lord right here. There's the horse. There's Christ. There's the shofar. You see, he carries the shofar. There, look at the sword. I love the sword because, look, the lion of the tribe of Judah on the sword there. And so it's fun to come here. And even if, it's fun to come here and just look at Look at the, now this is neat because this was really, and the crucifixion, about Peter uses the Greek word for a tree, but look at this. This is the upper beam, which is a log. There's look at that, Robert. That's the tree. I mean, that shows you the actual, what looks like a tree. All right, they do great work. I'm going to close out the video and thank you. If you enjoy this kind of the side things, give it a thumbs up. If you've enjoyed looking at this, give it a thumbs up. If you ever come to Israel, just look up 3 Arches in Bethlehem. You got Tabish and 3 Arches. You got Mahar, and just tell him you saw this on the YouTube channel of Perry Stone, and that will mean a lot to him as well. Thank you all for joining me. Thumbs up. God bless you. Subscribe to the channel.
It's time to learn what you don't know about your future. Now available is Perry Stone's new landmark prophetic book, Your Journey into Eternity: Life for the Next 1,000 Years. Discover what occurs the moment your inner eyes are opened at death and your spirit returns to God. Journey through the 3 levels of heaven, including paradise, where Christian martyrs rest. Learn about the new body you will receive at Christ's return or at the resurrection, and why the dead at times appear in dreams, and what memories you have after death. Learn about the marriage supper in heaven from a Hebraic perspective and what the Bible teaches about the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem coming down. Perry unlocks the mystery of babies in heaven, including miscarried and aborted infants. Perry also explains what our 1,000-year reign with Christ will look like on earth. Read Perry's parabolic revelation about what if God said yes to the dead? Will your family circle be unbroken in eternity? Perry presents often untaught insights using his 46 years of in-depth biblical research from the Old and New Testaments. The book includes incredible Greek and Hebrew word studies, as well as amazing stories that reveal secrets of life after death, events in heaven, and life on the new earth. Perry is also including an audio teaching, The Temple of the Tabernacle of the Testimony, that his friends say is the most interesting biblical teaching from the book of Revelation he has ever taught. In this teaching, Perry shares secrets in Heaven's Temple, the most important building in heaven, where all human records and tribulation judgment files are kept. It is here where you will stand at the judgment seat before Christ's throne and give a face-to-face account of what the angels have written about you, from birth to death, including all your idle words and how you treated others. This is a teaching that will alert you to what you say and cause you to guard your words and actions. The landmark new book and 2-hour audio teaching is available for your gift of just $35 or more to help keep Manifest on the air around the world. To order this offer, visit perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. You can also order by sending $35 to Perry Stone Ministries, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320, and request offer ET143 when ordering. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
If you enjoyed this YouTube content, there's an important website you should know about: perrystone.org. Perrystone.org is an essential resource for the latest books, audiovisual presentations, and digital products from Perry Stone Ministries. Resources that cover the same kinds of topics discussed in the program you just watched. Stop in and see all that's available at perrystone.org.